Good day, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, guys, and welcome back to part 5 of Winter Fragments, guys. In the last episode, Saku and she had just came up with a character and made like a skirt and put the setting in a school. I think it was a private school, I believe, or a public, I can't remember. And now they're getting ready to give her a name. So here we go, guys. Saku says, "What should we call her?" "I don't know. You're the writer. Isn't naming the characters your job?" "I guess, but the story is a dual effort. We should give her a name we both like. Or maybe, what? We could name her after us." "And how would that work exactly?" We could mush our names together like, what do they call it? Oh yeah, portmanteau. I think that'll be pretty cute. Can our names be mushed together? They're quite different. Let me try. We'll call her Sachio. They're not bad names, but don't seem quite right. Maybe I should take a different tact. Hey Chi, if you had a baby girl, what would you call her? And why do you want to know that? Because I'm thinking up characters. Characters is like having kids. This heroine's going to be our baby, Chi. That's rather a unique way of looking at it. I haven't given my potential future child much thought. I'm still in high school. Thinking of baby names feels a bit premature, but Are there any names that you particularly like, Saku? I'm not sure. I haven't given it much thought either. I don't want to date any of the guys in my class, much less have a kid with them. It'd be different if it was, Toya? Of course. But I'm thinking, what is that? Sumiri is a nice name. Sumiri, like Violet? Yeah. Goodness. Surprisingly traditional coming from you. What? What do you mean, coming from me? I thought you would pick something out there like, I don't know, Kiraya or Hanabi. Sumiri almost feels too normal. It's Sumiri, right, guys? Samiri. Okay, I'm going with that. It's really girly, huh? It doesn't seem like it be my taste, but we're not thinking up pen names for me. We're thinking up names for our characters. That's true. She'll probably be shy, demure, so Samiri should work fine. Then let's go with that. You don't have any objections? No. I also think it's a nice name. You've outdone yourself. Well, thank you very much. So, I was giving the story a bit of thought while you were sketching up the uniforms, and I think I've got the finer details all hashed out. Okay, looking forward to this. Let's hear them then. It's a bit cliche, but I think we should make it a classic fish out of water story. It should start start on Samiri's first day at this new school, which is like crazy different to anything she's ever known before. The other students are wealthy elites, but poor little Samiri's all out of place because she's from a super poor family. So she's got into the school on a scholarship. That's right. She's from a single parent family and she lives in a run-down apartment block. She's had to work hard from childhood to support her mother, all while balancing her studies. She's just like Cinderella. Samiri hasn't had much time to fuss about her appearances. She's got multiple faces, and she doesn't know much about fashion. She's pretty. Otome game heroines always are, but in this understated kind of way. The girls in her class turn against her. The moment she arrives at their school, they treat her like an outsider. She gets teased a lot, and somebody even throws her school bag in the fountain. Wow, that's dirty. That's a dirty thought there. That's mean, actually. Persimmon starts to wonder whether she's made a huge mistake. She feels pretty down, and that's when she meets the first love interest, and the plot sets into motion. So what do you think? It's pretty compelling stuff, isn't it? I don't know if you should be saying that about your own story. It seems a touch egotistical. It does sound interesting, though. It'd be interesting in reading, though. I do have one quibble, which is, you said first love interest. So, yeah, that implies there's more than one. Well, duh, most Otom games have at least, 4 heroes, and any less, all players feel ripped off. I understand that. I know it's important to have some variety in the love interest, but writing 4 character routes during the course of our winter break doesn't seem realistic. It's an awful lot of work to take on. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I didn't presume that you would. Planning isn't your strong suit. You're too easily swept away by your own ideas. Yeah, I know. I'm always trying to bite off more than I can chew. That's why I've never finished a single story before, despite making a start on a whole slew of them. The issue isn't that I have no ideas, it's that I have too many of them. I build these ideas up in my head like monoliths, and before I know it, there's towering in front of me. A story that could have been told in 1,000 words turns into something that's been 100,000 words to do it justice, plus a TV anime and a whole bunch of supplementary mangas. Obviously, it isn't possible for one high school girl to tackle a project or projects with such an insane scope. Having an overactive imagination can be a curse as well as a blessing. Fortunately for you, I'm here to keep you in check. We'll be finishing this project no matter what, even if we have to pare things down to do it. So we're going to be taking shortcuts. It's a necessity for any creator, especially independent creators, if they want to release anything on time, which is true, guys. I think that most people, when you are making something or doing anything, a project, whether it's like music, a video game, playing sports, you have to scale things down. You have to make sure that you're able to practice, things that you're supposed to practice, on time and stuff like that. I don't know where I was going with that. Kind of just went on a tangent. I know she's right, but her airtight reasoning doesn't sit well with me. I won't be satisfied if I've not done my very best, but I'm doing one thing. One's best doesn't always equal results. I forgot to try and be more pragmatic. Okay, I'll try to live with that, so we'll only be doing this one route. That would be easier for both of us. I have less to draw, and you have less to write. We both win, which is true, guys. You want to keep it neck and neck, 50-50. If she's doing all the drawing and Saku is doing all the writing, you should be writing and drawing at the same, pace. I'm not really sure how that would work, because like I said in the previous episode, guys, I said before, I've never written or drawn, not that I can draw, but I can write pretty good, a visual novel, but I wouldn't want my writer to have 1,000 pages and I have to draw all 1,000 plus pages, because you have to have multiple, right? Our readers might be very happy, maybe not, but they'll have to live with it. They aren't the ones creating it, ergo their opinions are irrelevant. Irrelevant, huh? That's harsh, but true. Man, you've become so cutthroat, Is Is that what they teach you at St. Cecilia? No, they don't. I've always been like this. Come to think of it, you have always have had a sharp tongue. I guess that checks out. If our story does perchance get popular, we can always add more routes later, but that would be putting the cart before the horse. Let's focus on that task. Let's focus on the task at hand. Designing the first and potentially only love interest, huh? That's right. Let me see. If we're going for a traditional route structure, I suggest a bunch of different guys. There's a lot of archetypes like the charming prince, the serious school council pres, or the delinquent. Heck, even a teacher who doesn't like a mature, older guy. What do you think, Chi? I think that I have no desire to work on a love story between a schoolgirl and a teacher. No? But even First Lies had a teacher route. Yes, it did, and that was fine, but I wouldn't want to create something like that myself. Why? Isn't it because of your morals or relationship like that would be kind of icky in real life? No, it isn't the issue though. I have no desire to date a teacher myself either. Most of my male teachers are old men. How old are we talking about here? Old. I can't put a precise age on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if our physics teacher is in his 70s. Yikes, that really is old. I told you so. He has a long white beard, but the top of his head is bald. He looks a bit like a wizard. That's pretty funny. He's not a catch then. Absolutely not. I bet. And what about the younger teachers? They must be some hotties who aren't like on death's door, right? There's Mr. Watanabe, the classics teacher. He's not bad looking and he's not so old, but he's off limits. Why is that? Because he has a wife. Oh yeah, that would cause complications. Hee hee. It's also illegal. Taking advantage of your young students is a crime. Not in the world of Atome games, it isn't. Atome games exist in a separate, consequence-free universe. They're not exactly realistic. Don't I know it? If Atome games were remotely true to life, you'd think there would be at least one guy in my class I was interested in, but alas, none of them can match up to Toyuya. Heck, none of them can match up to Chisato. She's not even a guy. So if you don't have any moral concerns, why are you so opposed to little student and teacher loving? I'm not opposed to it, not in games at least, but it's beyond my technical expertise as an artiste. I'm not good at drawing older characters. I've been practicing, but it's never turned out well. I don't want people to laugh at my art. Ah, now I see why she's being so unusually rescinded. She must be embarrassed. That's pretty cute. Okay, worry not, G. We'll nix the potential teacher route. Our Samuri, that's that right, Samuri's a good, pure girl, and she's never let an older guy lead her astray. She's only into guys in her own age bracket. Pew. That is good too, though. I'm pleased our heroine is so thoughtful. No problem. So, is there anything else you don't like drawing? I'm not good at drawing muscular men either. I can't do feminine boys and even handsome boys, but not I can do feminine boys and even handsome boys, but not rugged ones. I guess we'll be scratching the school delinquent off the list too. That should make things a bit more manageable. Let's think about our options again. We've got the class prince, the student council pres, or why don't we go with childhood friend? That's always popular. You're just saying that because you like Toyuya, aren't you? What? No. Saku. Chi's eyes burrow into my mind. Her gaze is piercing. It feels like she can see right through me. She probably can't. She's your best friend, girl. Okay. Maybe I'm taking some inspo from Toyuya here, but it's not like I'm gonna rip the character off wholesale. I do have some principles. I'm not a thief. So, what will your Toyuya be like? He won't be called Toyuya, for one thing. Of course not. That would be too obvious. I'm thinking of going down the estranged childhood friend route. This guy and Sumire used to play a lot as kids, but they fell out of touch. Then, when they see each other again, all these feelings are rekindled. It'll be like a crazy, impactful reunion. As for his personality, he'll be a bit cold at the beginning, but he'll warm to Sumire as the story progresses. That's a pretty good route, kind of like, I'm not sure of this girl, and then all of a sudden, okay, growing on me, really growing on me, and then I think I might love this girl. He has a bit of a statistical side. Sometimes he teases her, but he cares about her a whole bunch. What's sadistic about him exactly? Does he walk her around campus on a leash? What? No way. He'll never do that. Then what? He helps her study for her exams in the school library. That doesn't sound very sadistic to me. And he makes her solve math problems, puzzles, not problems. Ah, I see. I can see why you might find that sadistic. It is sadistic. There's nothing worse than algebraic equations. They're like a total pain. But Toyu, I thought you said he wasn't called Toyuya. No, not Toyuya. I mean, makes her work at them because he cares about her. He's a little strict, but that's how he shows his affection. I think we should be able to work with that. Though he needs a better name than not Toyuya. Yeah, I figured. I'll come up with some ideas. You do that. Meanwhile, we'll work on his design. Meanwhile, you do that. I'll meanwhile work on his design. I forgot. I completely missed the I there, guys. Whoops. I have a few ideas already. All right, let's get started. I crack my knuckles together in a peak of enthusiasm, which of course makes Chi wince. I wish you wouldn't do that. She doesn't sound very happy, but she really does. I've learned to take her poor mood in my strides. It does show on her face, but I strongly suspect she's just as excited about this, if not more so, than I am. Chi and I spend the rest of the evening building the foundation for our Artome game. Chi works on the character design in her sketchbook, while I fill out the fine details of the bright, aka I'm writing a lot. After some deliberations, I decide to call the love interest Takumi. She gives him a bad boy kind of look with messy black hair and striking blue eyes. He looks quite the catch, if I do say so myself. He's not quite as dreamy as Toyuya from First Live, but then again, few characters are. I'm a newbie creator, and though I'm doing my best, I'm not trying to shoot for perfection here. That's, as Chi has already said, is a recipe for disaster. I jot down my notes in one of Chi's spare sketchbooks. I have so many ideas for Sumire and Takumi tumultuous love life. I can hardly wait to get it all down. It takes a few hours plus a bit of back and forth with Chi, but I'm eventually able to hammer out a rough plan. There are 20 scenes all told, which chronicle 3 months in-game time. It's a fair bit to write on my own, but I think I can do it. If I can manage 4 scenes a day, I should have it done by next week. This is quite a bit but I'll give it an honest shot regardless. This time I'm not alone in my endeavors. Chi's with me to cheer me on. That's got to count for something. I should be able to overcome anything with the power of friendship, even writer's block. Alright guys, I'm going to cut it off here guys for today. I've got to head back into work, so I'm going to save it right here. It calls Sound Like a Plan. So guys, as always, if you like this video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Share this video please out there with your friends. And guys, stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next episode of Winter Fragments. Take care.